Uh, a lot has changed in the last 7 years, 7.5 years, since we started working on really putting tourism as one of the top, I should say, priorities in terms of the opportunities that we saw, in terms of the employment that could be created, and in terms of the overall competitive advantage that we as a state have. We started working on developing the tourism and the tourism sector as a whole in the last 7.5 years. And as has been mentioned by so many people who spoke before me, that we are finally starting to see the impact of the different steps that have been taken by us to overall improve the tourism ecosystem in the state of Meghalaya. In the last couple of years, starting 2023, we had about 14 lakh tourists, domestic tourists who came in. That's 1.4 million tourists. And last year, 2024, that number increased to 16 lakhs, 1.6 million tourists. So in a matter of 2 years, we saw an increase of about 2 lakh tourists coming into our state. And also if you look at the international tourists, in 2023, we had about 2 lakh international tourists that came in. And in 2024, we had 2.3 lakh international tourists that have come to our state. These numbers are clearly a testament of the kind of change that we are seeing in the overall tourism sector in our state. And I'm happy to inform you that this growth has been very, very consistent. And it's not that these are spikes that happen once in a while, but these are planned strategies and policies that we put in place to see that consistency, to see that growth, to see that sustainability in the whole process. And that is the most satisfying aspect of the growth that we're seeing in tourism. Even this program that we're having today, I'm sure many of us remember this program's being celebrated 7 years back. And you can compare the kind of overall improvement in the quality of how we present ourselves, how we are packaging ourselves, and how we are able to market the tourism sector in a much, much stronger and aggressive manner now compared to what we were 7.5 years back. Just to give also an idea to you that currently we have about close to 50,000 plus, in fact, people who are directly and indirectly employed in the tourism sector. And our target is the next 3 years to create another 50,000 jobs in the tourism sector, indirectly and directly. And that is something, as I said, we have mapped it, we have planned it. You're aware that Government of Meghalaya has a Vision 2028 and a Vision 2032, in which we have clearly defined the kind of economic growth that we want for our state. But again, which we always believe, an economic growth without having meaningful impact in the lives of the people of the state is not an economic growth that we would want. And therefore, we have interlinked and worked out in details of how the economic growth that we'll achieve will actually be done through the tourism sector, through the agriculture sector, through the service sector, through the IT sector, overall through manufacturing industries, in all the areas. What we expect and how do we ensure that every individual and sector contributes to this goal of ours to take forward our economy, these all have been mapped out. And it's on the basis of that that we have come out with these different programs that we are having. You'll be happy to know that even as we speak, there are about 210 tourism infrastructure projects that are being implemented, which is valued at about 3,625 crores worth of investment, whether it's from the public sector or the private sector, the investment is taking place in different projects and different schemes throughout the state. The new project that we have come out with which is the homestays, the Chief Minister's Meghalaya Homestay Mission, again is mentioned by Dr. Vijay, that we have realized that there is a requirement for almost 19,000 rooms, and we are at about 9,000, and no matter how much we push the private sector and other projects, we will be able to maybe touch another 4,000 to max 5,000 rooms. And hence, there is a huge requirement for rooms, and we strongly felt that the homestay scheme, which has worked very well in the past, we are hopeful that this homestay, the new mission that we have, is going to really take this entire mission of ours into a new level. And I was just sharing with Dr. Vijay, which of course next week we should be coming out with the announcement that for the national games, we have a requirement of certain rooms for the games village, as they called it before. But we as a government have realized that constructing games village will have a legacy problem, because what happens after the game is over? And hence we realize that rather than constructing a games village, which will cost us hundreds of crores, it is better that we invest our money into standardized homestays, which will then act as games village, so that during the games, these homestays can be used as an accommodation for the athletes, and after the games are over, these will be run as homestays and serve the tourists who are coming to our state. So therefore, this model has not been done in different parts of the country for the different national games. We are the first ones to be experimenting with this. So by next week, to combine with the Chief Minister's Meghalaya Homestay Mission, we'll be coming out with this program where we will be having the homestay for the national games, where, as I said, we will use it for the national games, and post that same project will become asset for the tourism sector. I'm also happy to inform you that apart from the 3,600 crores worth of work that is going on today, just recently, Government of India, through the donor ministry, has sanctioned an additional amount of 250 plus crores for the tourism sector and for development of infrastructure, especially in the Sora area. So the donor ministry had asked us to give a plan and a roadmap on how one destination would be developed. And after we gave that particular roadmap and that plan, which I must say that all the states gave the plans, Meghalaya also gave its plan, and the donor ministry was very happy to see the plan that was made for Sora, for Cherrapunji area, which we developed as one destination. From the moment the person lands in the airport to the entire experience for the tourist of every day, what he or she will go through, and then again, of course, going back to their homes. So therefore, this kind of a challenge was put up to the northeastern states, and I'm happy to inform you that we have been able to present our case very well, and the Honorable Donor Minister was very happy to sanction, as I said, an additional amount of 260 crores under PM Divine to develop the Sora destination in a very, very grand manner. We will be in fact having the program during the cherry blossom time. That is the time when the Honorable Donor Minister also will be coming. So we will be having a program during that time to ensure that, to lay the foundation for that particular project. Apart from that, of course, you are also aware that by 2027, maybe mid-2027, hopefully early 2027, the works for the extension of the Umroi airport should be complete. And once that is done, as you're all aware, we will be having direct commercial flights, the larger ones, the A320 flights of the Indigo, Spice, Air India and other airlines landing directly from different metros right here in Shillong. And we are very, very confident that once these direct flights start landing in Shillong, in Umroi Airport, this will be a major, major game changer for the tourism sector. So, as correctly mentioned by some of the speakers before me, that we need to be prepared for that moment. And therefore, all the work that we're doing, so many different projects that are happening, so many different hotels that are coming up. As you're aware, this hotel was not progressing. There were some challenges. But we worked with the different stakeholders, and today this hotel, which was actually in a kind of a limbo, was ultimately operationalized in 2022. Similarly, the Crowborough Hotel also, which was languishing for 35 years, was made operational again in 2022. And I'm happy to inform you that 2 more projects, 5-star hotels, the construction work right now is going on. We expect those hotels to be complete by maybe 2 years' time. And there are 2 more 5-star hotels which are in the tendering process, including one in Tura. We want Tura also to have a 5-star hotel. So Tura will have a 5-star hotel. That tendering process is happening. And 2 more 5-star hotels are under the process of the concept being made. So we expect that by 2030, we will be having 8 5-star hotels, apart from our other existing hotels which are already there. And apart from that, all the other homestays and other smaller projects that will come up. So therefore, all the plan to ensure that the vision that we have is implemented, all of these activities are taking place, and we are preparing the ecosystem to be able to then really absorb all this flow of tourists, which we expect to happen in a very, very big way in the coming years. I also want to share with you that the concept of the concert economy, which Honorable Prime Minister has mentioned many times, is actually a concept which Meghalaya has been practicing for a very, very long time. I think all of you are aware of that. And the concert economy is something which a lot of people, they debate on this. They question whether we should spend money on concerts and other things. But I want to lay some facts down to all of you today to inform you about how these activities boost tourism. Number one, these are not projects where government invests 100% of the money. It's a partnership. There is a certain part that government invests, but a large part that the private sector themselves come and they invest. And hence, it's not that government is spending all the money in it. Number two, from last year's numbers, just to share with you, that government spent 23.5 crores in the last year, 2024-2025. We spent 23.5 crores, but the revenue that was generated because of this in the economy was 133.42 crores. So that's almost a 5.6 times the returns on the investments that were made by the government. And therefore, clearly, this is an area which we are very bullish about. Coming November, we'll be having a number of artists who are coming to Shillong for the Cherry Blossom Festival. We'll have other artists coming for the Megong Festival. We'll be very soon announcing the artists who will be coming for the Megong Festival also. At the same time, there are certain other artists of international level. The whole list is there with me, but it's early for me to share it with you. But very, very prominent artists, from the global arena, who are very keen to come and perform, especially in Shillong. And this is happening because of the response from the artists themselves. You must have seen the video where Ed Sheeran himself had said that in the entire country in India, the best crowd and the best concert he had was right here in Shillong. It's because there's a different, vibe to it. There's a different mood. There's a different response. Every single person in that concert, in that arena, was actually a singer and singing along with the artist himself. And therefore, these are kind of responses even the artists, they desire, they want it. And they get that kind of response in Shillong and in Meghalaya. And therefore, we are seeing huge response coming in from artists from around the globe who are specifically mentioning that we will be performing either in Bangalore, either in Mumbai or in Shillong. That's the kind of list they are themselves saying. And I don't want to name the artists. I'm so tempted to say it, but I won't say it right now. But it's very exciting. So when these kind of responses come, we realize that how we've been able to brand ourselves, as the destination when it comes to concerts and comes to music. And as I mentioned, this is something that adds to our economy. This is something that creates jobs for our people. This is something that creates a brand for our state. And that's really what we are hoping to do and take forward. Before I conclude, I only want to mention 2-3 more things regarding the entire ecosystem for tourism. Now, everything I've said in the last 10-15 minutes about the infrastructure and the investments we're making, the growth story, see, all of this will make no sense or will have no impact if we are not able to create the right environment in our place. Now, when I say that, I'm saying it with a lot of sense of responsibility. And that's really what we need to realize. That at the end of the day, while we develop tourism, the infrastructure, the hotels, the airports, all of this development that will take place will ultimately come down to how we treat the people who come to our state. That is, at the end of the day, the key to ensuring that our tourism thrives, as a very, very important sector. So when I say that, what is important for us to realize is that every experience that a tourist has, is very, very important, and sometimes we don't realize how important those experiences are. I'll share with you one experience that I had, which is why I mentioned this today to you. Is that I was in one, tourist place. So we had booked a vehicle, and my younger daughter was very small that time. She must be about 3 years old. And I don't remember much of what happened in the trip that we had. And I don't remember much of the places also. I'm very bad at it, actually. The only thing I remember was that every day that driver would come with some chocolate and would be so kind to my daughter, would ensure that her safety is number one for him. And that really touched me. And I realized how small things like these has impacted my desire to go back to that place because of the way they treated my daughter at that moment. And what I'm trying to tell you is that these small experiences matter. Whether it's our taxi drivers, whether it's the person serving in the restaurant, whether it is the tour operator speaking to the tourist, whether it's a shopkeeper speaking to the tourist when they're buying things, I think our behavior, the way we treat them, I think are the most cherished, I should say, memories that a tourist will carry back with him or her. And I think that is so important that we need to continue to do that. I hope the tourism sector, of course, department is doing a lot, but I really encourage that we must have more and more of the sensitization programs when it comes to the stakeholders of how we should treat and talk and speak to our tourists. I think it's very, very important to be able to do that, and I think that is one of the most important aspects, as I said, for tourism. And linked to that is areas of safety, and therefore we are very keen. Earlier, the tourism department had mentioned that we will be coming out with tourist buddies, and we would like to see how we can engage with our local communities to ensure that we are able to create a very, very strong and a very safe environment for our tourists. We are already safe. I'm not saying we are not, but I'm saying it's a question of how we can make it even better. And therefore, we need to improve all of that, engage with the community, engage with the society, and ensure that we're able to create that kind of an environment where tourists will compare and say, you know, Meghalaya is the safest place in the entire world, not just the country. And I think that is the kind of mindset that I would want to move forward with. So while the infrastructure and development takes place, the soft part, you know, is very, very crucial to ensure that we can build up that brand and build up that confidence that people would want. And therefore, I really urge all the stakeholders. In recent past, we have had certain challenges, and those challenges and issues are genuine. There are many genuine issues that are there. I don't deny that they're not genuine. There are genuine issues, genuine concerns are there. But we need to be very careful on how we deal with these situations and problems so that we send the right message to the tourist. Because tourists are watching, people are watching, and in today's social media world, it just requires one post to really damage the years and decades of investment and brand building that has been done. And therefore, all of these aspects are very crucial for us to ensure that we are able to move forward in a very positive manner. I will not speak much, but I just want to conclude by just telling all the citizens and the people from the tourism sector, and therefore this is a very, very positive program and scheme. Please take advantage of this. We really would like to see that we're able to touch the 3,000 room target that we have set under this new mission. At the same time, the new number that we have come out with, of course, other states also may be having, but the way we have unified everything and the way we have professionally done this project, this may be one of the best kind of a tourist helpline number, toll-free number which is available. So this will be something that will, of course, enhance the overall tourist experience. The new website you have seen, we have really improved the overall quality of the website. Almost 2,000 rooms out of the 9,000 today are being digitally checked in. So when tourists come to most of the rooms, there's 2,000 rooms which are already on our portal and on our list, tourists don't have to give their IDs, don't have to give them. They're already checked in. We have all the register, we have all the information about them. They just come in and they just go into the room, they get the card, they leave. And obviously this also helps us to keep a database of the tourists and also the exact itinerary of the tourist. And all of these things are being digitized today. So this is being done in a large scale. I hope that maybe in about a year or so, all the 9,000 rooms, including the homestays, will also be registered with us, and we'll be able to really make the experience of the customer and the tourist really seamless in the coming days. And of course, this will also help us to provide overall safety and security measures to all the tourists. We will know exactly when they're coming in, when they're going out. So all of these factors will help us to serve and to better the experience of the tourists. And the homestays, I really encourage you to please register with us, because once you registered with us and you take this scheme, the new scheme that has come out, you get an additional amount of about 50,000? 50,000, right? So another additional amount of 50,000 for those existing homestays who are going to take this new scheme. So that you will only get if you're registered with us. So we request you to register with us so that you can avail that additional 50,000 subsidy that we are going to give through this particular scheme. So friends, again, I wish you all the very best. I thank the Outlook team that has been working with us for the last 3 years. It's a great branding, I should say, for our people, because it really gives them like that certification that, look, this place is really, top class. And I think that is really the objective of what we're trying to do. And of course, in the meantime, we also want to create competition. We want you to compete with each other, because we have always believed, I have always believed, that competition is the healthiest way to make things grow, to make people work harder, and to make people reach, higher levels of service and overall quality. And therefore, I'm very happy, and we'll ensure that this program continues in the future. And yes, we would like to see that our tourists, our stakeholders also get an opportunity to go to different parts of the country, different parts of the world, and engage with other stakeholders so that they can learn from them and they can implement those experiences here in Meghalaya state. So with these few words, once again, wishing you all a very, very happy World Tourism Day, wishing you all the very best. Please remember, government is a facilitator. Government is we are here to create the policy, create the infrastructure, create the system and the ecosystem, but it is you who has to run it. It is you who has to take it forward, and it is you who will have to really take advantage of the opportunities that are there. And hence, the critical part lies with the people sitting in this room. We as policymakers will provide that particular framework, will provide that particular ecosystem, but you will have to take things forward. So I wish you all the very best for the future, and thank our entire team of the tourism department, which has been working tirelessly to bring up the tourism sector to where it is today. And I hope that in the next 5 years, I expect 5 years will be a major game-changing phase for the tourism department. You can mark my words, because we already see the kind of infrastructures that are coming up. We already seeing the kind of the work that we're doing. Next 5 years is going to be the most critical part. The foundations have been laid. The transition is in process. After 5 years, you will see the kind of difference that has been there in terms of the tourism sector and in terms of the jobs that will be created through the tourism sector. So once again, wishing you all the very best, and may God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much.